area night. But I really want to focus on these two. We broke down the women's field. We broke down the men's field. I had two different picks than the two that were selected. I thought Yulimar Rojas and Ryan Krauser should be the big winners. Thompson-Herah, though, obviously, I think that was our consensus number two, although Sifan Hassan had a strong case as well, too. Let's start with her. Let's start with the women. Um, Obviously, I thought Rojas would win. She won it last year, probably hurt her coming back, but just the depth and consistency with Rojas was amazing. I'm not going to get too upset, though, because what Thompson-Herah did was insane. Number two performances all time, almost broke world records in events that we thought the world record was completely out of reach. She competed a lot, which I give extra credit to. She performed great at the most important moments of the season. Again, would have given the edge to Rojas. Not too upset about Thompson-Herah getting this award.
Yeah, I mean, they 100% didn't give it to Rojas because she won last year and because she runs a not as popular event. I think you have your most popular event and you have an athlete do stuff that is not just good, but like in the categories of all time great. It just gets trumped over everything else. And I think
Mhm.
it may not be fair, but 100-meter dash, that's the essence of track and field. Fastest runner in the
Mhm.
world. And she wasn't just the fastest runner in the world, she was the fastest runner in the world, arguably of all time, potentially of all time, but number two, technically, behind FloJo. But that's just going to get more
Yeah.
eyeballs. That's going to be looked at in a grander setting than what Rojas did in the triple jump. And even though what Rojas did in triple jump would be like Elaine Thompson running 10.5 like 5 times, which he didn't. But
Mhm.
two different sports, and there's a
Yeah.
hierarchy, and you just have to understand that's what they're going to do. And plus, they gave it to her last year, so like Rojas kind of was handicapped by the fact that she won it in 2020. But I'm not against this
And
award. I'm not against it. She deserves it. I don't think there's any really flaw in awarding Elaine Thompson-Herah. You know, so.
and I thought Rojas shouldn't have got it last year. So I guess it all evens
There
out
you go.
in the end because now she has one and Elaine Thompson-Herah has one. You nailed it when you said it's two different sports. The only way you can really make a really solid comparison if people are in two different events, if they're in two different events where the opportunities to compete are the same, meaning there's no opportunity to double. The competition is the same. The historical markers that they are compared to are somehow in the same ballpark, meaning there hasn't been one crazy outlier performance or the event isn't new or the event isn't influenced by, technology or a great race getting set up with rabbits. And that's just impossible to do. So you end up in the situation where comparing a person who's able to compete multiple times in different events with someone who's only able to compete once. Rojas had technically she took that loss with the new Diamond League jump off rules, although she had the better mark in that series. I don't know if that was weighed against her at all. It obviously shouldn't be, but it's very difficult to make these comparisons.